Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're here and just about ready to finish up the last little bit of quest stuff for Endwalker. Oh, it was a wild ride. I don't know if I can do this on Kyoto again. I'll give it a few months.
Yeah.
Oh, good, your ops is up. Want to
Yes.
talk to Alisay first?
Sure.
Oh, we already talked to Husband. Actually,
Yes.
check with Husbando real quick.
Too late.
Oops. Well, we can check with him in a second.
Yes, he'll wait. He's patient.
Thayrin, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we've received news reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days.
I bet.
It appears the situation is grave in the land surrounding the bounty, where the skies first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlene too may have come under that threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still roam about, but those localized crises should be well within our capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this order business. For my part, I'm heading to Garlemald with Alphino. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inadvertent part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though, that I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. No matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and accompanying determined expression. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. Ah, well, sorry.
Well, oh, come on. That was genius.
And should you hear about me, I want you to remember it too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best.
I wouldn't doubt it for a moment.
I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alisay Levior.
Darn straight.
Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything.
Uh-huh.
That being said, next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised if you find yourself marveling at me. That's the spirit. You go, girl!
As her Alisay, fastest limit break in the West.
Yes, she is. Though, between her and Stinian, oh my god, they have like limit break wars.
Oh dear.
I've seen it happen. They try and steal each other's limit breaks. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Arianje?
I understand that, following thy clash with the Xenos, the teleportation device thou hast discarded fell to thee from on high. To return to thee in such a manner, I did confer with Wolfson and Bloeda, yet they insist the device was possessed of no such capability. 'Twas a miracle befitting the nature of that place, where emotion becometh tangible reality. Whence then arose this timely wonder? Thine ardent wish, or another's fervent prayer? Or both?
Maybe both. Need to
Alizé?
be mutually exclusive. Did I forget to mention anything? Ah, yes. The Hanish envoy who came to see Astinian also bore a letter from Matsya. He writes that Neve and Kuras, the little girl, is doing well, and he often goes to visit her.
Very good.
It won't be easy growing up without her parents, but with the fellow villagers watching over her, I dare hope that she won't want for some warmth as she grows up. Yeah, she's got a whole village behind her. She should be okay.
Yep. It takes a village. She's got a village.
Taru? Go on, Thayrin. Don't miss this chance to say words to each of our friends. After all you've been through together, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Angris, who we haven't seen in for ages.
Yeah.
He and Bloomwinda have been kind of circling around the outside for several times.
I can still scarce believe our battle extended to the ends of creation, but seeing the Zion's mission to completion was both an honor and a privilege. As for myself, I've spent quite a while away from home, so I think I'll return to Limsa Lumenza for now. Once I get there, my first order of business will be downing a pint or 3 at the Drowning Wench.
I bet you will.
Pints? They come in pints?
Bloomwinda? The exploits of you and your companions are truly an inspiration to us all. I might never have felt more compelled to hone my own skills, that one day I might be able to accomplish such heroic deeds. Argarames means to visit Limsa Lumenza, and I will join him and continue my search. I know not when we will meet again, but please take care of yourself.
You too.
Afime. 'Tis a shame the Scions are disbanding, even if only in name. I still fondly recall the day you granted me a uniform. My memories remain vivid, and yet it feels like a lifetime ago. I considered returning to the Adder's Nest, but since I've come this far, I've decided I'll continue my journey and venture to Garlemald instead. I can't hold a candle to the infamous wandering minstrel, but I thought I might...
And please don't.
But
I don't need 2 of you.
Well, it looks like we're getting 2 of them, and I would trust in her haikus a little better. I can't hold a candle to the infamous wandering minstrel, but I thought I might share with the Garleans the tale of your epic deeds, extend to them an olive branch of song, if you will. You go be a great bard.
Mm-hmm.
Flahaman. The salvation Menphilia dreamed of for Ezra has come closer to reality with every step the Scions take. Yes, this world may still be in the throes of change, but it is improving.
It certainly is.
I see that happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new road you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. Should you need to rest between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake.
Certainly.
Thancred.
Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust.
I'll be fine. And so will the
Glad to
annoying
hear.
kitty sister.
Who would that be? You're the annoying one.
Stare.
Don't make me change to white mage. I can glare with the best of them.
No, you can't glare in comparison to Gyoto.
Okay, fine. Glad to hear it. You're in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Midian defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short. The source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. But you held fast. Now Rain has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering.
Right.
We have a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the science on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering, when you get down to it.
All those who wander are not lost.
Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh?
We shall see.
No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this space, thence to return when our work was done? The day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged. But never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me. I have a question for you. And imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I've ever made.
Okay, but the other one is tempting.
Yes, it is. The first one was more or less what I was thinking before it came up, but that second one is very tempting. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. Thancred, this is Thancred.
Yes. Looking around the room, there are technically 2, possibly 3 distinct people missing.
Okay.
2 is pretty easily explained. One is Arnvald. The other very technical one is I'm suddenly blanking on her name. The one ex-Garlean Alamegan, Fadola.
Yeah, well, she was never part of the Scions.
Yeah, but
she'd be welcome here, but I don't think she has permission to come out this far.
Not
Still
without
kind of
a
a ward
reason.
of the state of Alamigo.
However, there is a third. Because over here we have Valmatia, which was part of Arnvald's group. The female spear carrier, or lancer that was with him is not here. Which I find interesting. Astinian's looking at... Astinian was looking at me, and as soon as I turned to look at him, he looks away. It's such an Astinian thing!
But before him, Thancred.
Okay.
In case you've not heard, the Waking Sands will be converted into a warehouse. We'll be keeping the place free of rats and cobwebs, so it can still serve as an outpost should the need arise. Considering Tataru's ambitions, however, I'd not be surprised if she claimed the lot for her budding empire.
Interesting. Yep. Considering that, we still have members out there.
Mm-hmm.
Who are, in fact, not here. Okay, Estinian, okay. I saw you looking at me. You can't get away from the talk.
If you have something to say, then out with it. Made you talk first. Darn, and that's not one of the responses.
Just wondering how you'll earn your keep now.
Yeah, we know how we'll earn ours.
I'm gonna open a bakery.
You talk as if the Science dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway?
Because I know
how you are with money.
Money!
In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emeric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hannish envoy arrived with word from Vrita. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. Haha. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not.
That would be a good match for you.
In Thavnair, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteon. It was too late for those who'd already transformed. Life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sherlian, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vritra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sherlian if they wish, to work and study. Vritra was always a satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence had ulterior motives. But 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Creatures kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgardstormer didn't give up, and hope he made the journey to distant Etheries with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lands, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin.
Never change, Estinian.
So, Estinian, do you actually know what coins look like by this point?
Too cruel!
mean, yeah, I know you know they're round and they're shiny and, kind of coppery colored or silver colored or gold colored, but do you know, like, what faces on them and so on? Oh, right, I don't know either.
Gil is
8 million
Gil.
Gil, and I don't know what they look like.
Actually, we know exactly what they look like. There's a picture of it in the corner of our HUD.
Yeah, and can you tell me whose face that is? And what's on the reverse?
Good question. Hopefully not a Moogle.
Oh boy. Word has it a false deity born of the Tower of Zot has survived and occasionally appears to terrorize the locals. Those who vanquish the being and present proof in Razat Han will receive a handsome reward. No, handsome isn't the word I would use to describe such outlandish garb. But while I'm in Thavnir, perhaps I'll acquire a set to send to Imeric in lieu of an answer to his job offer. Let him stand guard thus attired and be the talk of the Imperium, if not all Corythus.
Oh god, that
My
is
goodness.
so mean!
My
you do know what?
goodness, Estinian, did you just crack a joke?
Do you know what garb they're talking about?
It'd be the high-level garb
No!
for having done the role quest.
No! It's the elephant fursuit.
Okay then. Estinian, you are more cruel than I thought.
Let's go down to the hall.
Yep.
I don't think he knows that it's the elephant fursuit, but the mob he's talking about is one of the super rare spawns only once every 3 weeks mobs.
Oh, okay. Yep.
There's 2 of them. One spawns in Thavnir, the other spawns out in, the Ultima Thule.
Yep. Where else?
Clements. I'm so glad the danger has passed. There was nothing I could do but pray from here, so I was relieved to the point of tears when everyone made it back safely. Imagine we'll have more free time now, so I was thinking about studying up on my healing magic. That could make myself more useful in the future. My first stop will be the Astrologium in Ishgard to learn about the Charlene astrology. I must follow Oker's lead and continue to hone my skills. Aenor? We may have accomplished our goal and put it behind us, but my time with the Scions proved memories that will last me a lifetime. What bliss to think I was beloved with the chance to experience such unbridled brotherly love. But now Oker has decided to set off with his dear brother. Without the 2 of them together, I fear I might suffer withdrawal.
Oh dear, Aenor.
Oker?
I'm so glad I was able to be here this moment. I considered continuing to follow in Hori's footsteps, but I've realized it's time I found my own way in life. Otherwise, I'll never be half the man my brother is. First things first, I'm going to head to Gridania and to visit the Conjurers Guild and the Archers Guild. I will do my very best to brush up on my skills before I see you again.
Oh ho!
Conjury and archery.
Wait. No,
Conjurers Guild, yeah.
Conjuring alchemy was what did White Mage, wasn't it?
I was wondering about that. I'm not sure. I don't remember what the only one of the job combos I know is, well, the one that was important to me, which was, Archer and Monk.
Yeah, or Pugilist. Lancer was, or Dragoon was Lancer and Marauder. Warrior was
Right.
Marauder and Gladiator.
Really?
Yes. That's why I ended up as
Thanks.
Warrior. Is because I had to take Marauder for to get Dragoon, but then I had to take Gladiator to get to Warrior. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Gladiator and Conjurer to get White Mage.
I'm hoping to find.
And I believe it
This
was
looks to be an old guide.
Thaumaturge and Conjurer to get Black Mage. Some of them got kind of weird, so...
Yeah.
I think the weirdest one was actually Archer and Pugilist to get Bard. It's like, wait, what?
Let's see, that's probably too close.
It'll be weird to see Hori without Coltene.
Yeah.
Unless...
Here we go. White Mage was Conjurer and Arcanist.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
I finally found a guide old enough.
And then wasn't Scholar Arcanist
Scholar was Arcanist and Conjurer.
Yeah.
And Summoner was Arcanist and Thaumaturge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Coltene.
Oh. Skipping Yustola?
Let's do Yustola. Hello, Cat Mom.
Best cat mom?
Mm-hmm. Oh, are we saying farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on journeying of any great length. Not that I'm averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I've been meaning to ask you. Excuse you.
Sorry. Tea.
Really? And you
Yes.
didn't make me some?
You heard the kettle, didn't you?
Never mind. There was something I've been meaning to ask you, besides the tea. Something that has been in my thoughts ever since the last flames of the final days subsided.
Ask away.
During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles. More than can be recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts. The history of Atreus and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoarding such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. Does someone want to become a novelist? When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but I have never balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies into a book or tablet. Truth is given shape in interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our own words, it infallibly molds to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the reading. An event is described as sad, a summation which falls to the expression of emotional complexity. Yet the word on the page is what endures, the pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar logistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other, till the end result is unrecognizable from its original form. Which is why I feel writing an account of my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even the potential for corrupted meanings, I do, of course, realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be painfully affair indeed. Afar indeed. What was I thinking? Well, what say you on the matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon these experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for prosperity?
I let them be read and remembered.
Yeah, because what we learned here, those lessons need to be passed down.
Mm-hmm. Bad enough the world forgot once.
Mm-hmm. Very well then. I shall endeavor to pin what I can of the Ia and the ancients, and so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be at least it will be a less polished work, and more of a recording with scattered notes. Gotta start somewhere.
Still of value.
In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entire new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ishtola. If I find a good way to travel from here to the first and back, other than, just me, I'm not telling you. Until I spring Runar on you.
Oh man, that would be a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Y'shtola, I have a friend who wants to meet you. Yes? Oh dear. Elise came to visit the other day. She peppered me with questions about the lasting repercussions of the final days. I took the opportunity to explain our plan to disband, and she understood our reasoning immediately. Once a scion, always a scion, it would seem. She was eager to relive old times and remember old friends, bittersweet memories, mayhap, but from the look on her face, the joys outweighed the sorrows. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Coltene?
Now, Coltene. Far too much blood has been spilled, and far too many lives lost. Still, I am glad I was able to do something to repay those who showed me a path to the future. Not that our job is over, of course. Far from it. There is much that remains to be done before true and lasting peace can be achieved. To that end, Hori and I mean to set off for Corvos. We expect that the tensions between the Garleans and the Corvosi will only flare more with the Empire's fall. There's a hint of future events.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hori?
I still remember the day we sparred together as though it were yesterday. Think how far we have all come since then. Even now, I have not abandoned my dream of besting you in single combat. Of a friendly nature, of course. Though I clearly do not hold a candle to the Warrior of Light at present, I shall continue to train diligently that one day you might consider me an equal.
Bring it!
Yeah, you do that. I'd much rather fight you than Xenos, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Rylea, might you have a moment to talk? With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldessian. Not only am I indebted to Master Gallo for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would never have set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would never have met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise, to embark on a new adventure together unlike any we've experienced before.
Bring it!
Whenever you have time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Do you recall the realm of the Omicrons when I asked if you thought I might someday be mentioned in your epic? Well, 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams.
Dude, you already have.
Several times. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. Needn't be some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you. I hope that you will do the same for me. Without a second thought.
Where would we be without our crystal grandpa?
Ha! I'll hold you to that. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicrons somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home.
Oh, like Omega.
And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find a new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word. And should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know.
Sounds like a plan. Now, here's an interesting...
Holy hell, guys!
Yeah, that was a possible plot drop.
No! The music!
Mm-hmm.
It's... I believe that's the FF5 intro music.
That's also what they used at the end of the Crystal Tower chain.
Oh, okay, because I did not remember encountering that version before, and I'm going, what the hell?
Yeah, we've had that version before as part of the Crystal Tower chain.
Okay, that explains
as a
much.
lore note.
Because I'm going, how are you dropping in a new piece of music just for this conversation?
As a lore note. Okay, we've met the Omicrons, and the Omicrons are effectively machines with souls.
Effectively. And of course, they more or less supplanted biological life.
Mm-hmm. The thing is that, does that mean Omega actually had a remnant of a soul?
Most likely. But he was too bound to his programming.
Yeah. Graha?
By the way, have you spoken with Feol of late? Some days ago, they appeared to me in a dream, with a sleeping persuasion, that is. All is well in the first, they bade me tell you. When I asked why not tell you themselves, they unleashed giant ravenous beaters upon me. Have you perchance done something to incur their ire? I've been a bad branch.
They're probably mad that I haven't called them, but I actually have. They just never responded because, well, Fail-Ul does whatever the freak Fail-Ul wants to do. I mean,
Ravenous
really.
Beavers, great.
Ravenous beavers, great.
Yeah.
Again with the beavers.
I figured when I finally get the sweet shop up and going, the first thing I'm going to do is try and summon Fail-Ul, because if she isn't there before we open the doors to try the new sweets, we're in big trouble.
Yep.
Valmatia. And where is your spear-bearing partner?
Arnvold has pressing matters, according to him anyway. Pity he couldn't be here to witness this momentous occasion, though he bids me tell you congratulations. Having that problem. As for me, well, once the Scions disband, I intend to resume my work in Ralger's Reach. I suppose Arnvold will need support in Garabania too, though he would not admit as much. Well, he will have my help, whether he wants it or not.
You're a good friend. Yo?
Feels a little strange now me link pearl's gone quiet. Since my unique skills are no longer needed for the safety of the star and all that, I'm gonna become an adventurer like you, traveling far and wide. I imagine I'll start by heading to Mirror City or the New World. Just need to find myself a ship first.
Well, that's an interesting...
More plotline hints.
Yeah, especially since Rylea is, like, even better of a espionage person than Thayrin is.
Yes.
Who first, Alphino or Kryl?
Kryl.
Hey, Kryl. Sorry we never finished Eureka. Oh, Thayrin, Rylea, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? You look tired, girl.
Yeah.
I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me and Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind.
What little mind there was, yes.
Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he could not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain.
Yep.
In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But I know that the state you were found in, it couldn't have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express that remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. We were going to have to face him at some point. I'd rather face him and down him out when he's light years away, so his soul takes forever to be reborn, so we never have to deal with it again in our lifetimes.
Let's hope so.
Please stay dead, please stay dead, please stay dead, please stay dead.
Yeah, once was more than enough.
It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you, both of you. Time and again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the form without my nerves getting the better of me, and it always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. I shall begin with restoring the students of Baldesion. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully, I have the staunchest help of Raha and Hojika, and the other remaining members. Together, we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locations, and we maybe need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obligated, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. Girl, link Pearly anytime. I will come running regardless. Even if it's to haul Amon shit. Amaru shit. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I will endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. You already were. When we needed a serious dose of practical wisdom, it was Kryl.
And?
Oh, should I mention that Ernval has kindly agreed to share odd potential interests he hears from his fellow gleaners? In exchange, we will help them restore the archives to their proper order. With the Exodus abandoned, all the items must be returned whence they came, a task no less grueling than their removal.
So
Even
a
now,
little less hurried.
yes. Even now, Ojika assists the sorting of arcane artifacts. Oh yes, not only is he a skilled administrator, he also is a certified appraiser specialist in relics from the 5th Astral Era. Despite his qualifications, though, he seems none too keen on the work. I shall have to go and relieve him of it as soon as I can. Oh dear.
Oh, Rylea, Thayrin, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alice and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsebard contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing England, Cinia, and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts that we might better help them to begin anew.
I'll visit when I can.
By all means, full glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alice as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Don't worry, I'll call you whenever I need someone to gather wood. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart.
I just want to pinch his cheek.
I I've been keeping Arnvald abreast of the situation in letters, but unfortunately he could not be here today. When it is convenient for both of us, we should pay him a visit.
Yeah, I think that's in mind. Okay, Totaro. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking of sending everyone off. Leave the rising stones.
No.
No?
I want to check the other rooms real quick. I'm sure there's nothing there.
Okay. I'll let you check.
Yep. Fire's going, but the solar is otherwise empty.
And what about Dawn's Respite?
That's next.
Zoom!
Right. The desk he was writing the letter at. Or that does not say no entry, but still doesn't go anywhere. It really does look like a warehouse. Ladder to nowhere. And empty bins.
Yeah, this is where the sounds were kept when they were,
Yep.
Yeah.
And something is still steaming.
I think they have a teapot in there.
Okay, I had to do one final look.
So I see.
Send everyone off. Leave the rising stones.
With your attention? Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time for our departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well.
Uh-oh. I have no room in my inventory. I have 0 room in my inventory.
Oh no! Do you need to step out to Mardona and talk to a vendor out there?
It might help. I don't know where I can come up with another 3 slots so easily. Well, here's a question. And I won't be using that anytime soon.
What was that?
A level 90 mage item.
Well, I hope that wasn't what Action made for you.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have yet to get my mail because I don't have any room. And that would be a bard item.
Bard. I'll just sit here with my finger on the complete button.
Yep.
Because this will...
Some goldsmith desynth.
I'm worried that this might drop me into cinematic if I hit complete.
Yes, it probably will. Yet another cinematic. Maybe even another set of credits. I mean, they only gave us 2 last night, right?
Possibly?
I know it was at least 2.
Yeah, we didn't get Meteor Survivor credits.
Okay. Continue getting her not enough XP.
Tataru is standing here patiently staring off into space. Sorry, Tataru. This is Kitten we're talking about. You know how bad both of us are with our bag space. And retainer space. And chocobo saddlebag space.
And everything else space.
Yes.
Space.
Space.
Okay, that's 4. It would be nice to get a 5th, but that will be harder. 5, 4, 5. As much as I hate getting rid of fish.
Oh well, Fish. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, well, what
You know,
can we
this
say?
is much cheerier Morduna music than the original.
Yes, it is.
Holy cow, the original music was creepy.
Well, it was kind of a creepy place, though. I think it was a lot greener then.
One would hope. Okay. Take 2. Or I guess 3. Complete. Yep, Cinny.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Oh dear.
Dravania, there is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person
And don't get
who
her
would be most
displaced.
displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with her.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loperids. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rad's at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Why are you looking at me?
Quite right. Indeed.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Second stir to the right and onward toward morning?
Well, actually, I was thinking about taking some downtime and opening a bakery.
Yet stand tall, my friend, our journey will never end.
Aw.
And here we go.
Elvis.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me.
You are asking?
An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Yeah.
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night, the beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as he foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium.
Really?
Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
I thought Elpis would have said it was just barely ruins now.
It might involve more time travel. You've completed the main scenario quest, Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have now become available in Old Shirlian. Additionally, you may now enter the Dead Ends with a party of NPC avatars. Rest well, champion of Aetheris, for many and more adventures await you.
Yeah, I think I need some downtime and a palate cleanser.
That is chorus might ring for all. Endwalker, right.
Blurb, 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 blurb. We're in different instances, aren't we?
Yes.
I'm in 3.
Ichiban. Hiya.
There you are. Well, first off, music.
Oh, right. Flow and Endwalker footfalls.
Wind up,
And
heroes.
Heroes. Come on, you know who this hero is.
Hold up.
And minion.
There she is.
There once was a woman who selflessly served her fellow man as Azim. Even after stepping down, she continued this mission, and went on to become a divinity that hope may endure. Dismemberment was made in her honor. 'Tis time for action, ancient hero.
Oi. Oh, and...
Guys, you are not helping!
Argos horn. Reaching across space and time, the sound of this horn brings Argos bounding to your side.
Fine.
Come on, Argos is a good boy.
He's a dog.
He's a good boy.
Still a dog.
Created by Vana, this dog-like familiar lends his back only to those who have won his favor, which you already had by the time you first met him in Mari Lamentorum, owing to the quirks of time travel.
Gosh, he's a fast doggy. Nashu.
Makaraka.
Of course it's Nashu.
Oh.
By the way, I finally got this out of Gold Saucer.
Is that a mount?
Yes!
How? Why? So what did you do to get that?
This is actually one of the quote-unquote cheaper mounts from Gold Saucer.
I've never seen it before.
The Archon Throne.
I've never seen anyone using it.
Archon Throne. Despite claims that it was once a chair of Louis Flaw Levier, former resident of Rylea have confirmed that it is not more than an ordinary furnishing enchanted by a great Google librarian bibliophile who was tired of not being able to reach the upper shelves.
Perfect.
Hover over. There's a chair over there just crying to be sat on. Balderon.
Baldessian?
Balderon. Okay, where to next?
It sounds like old Shirleyan.
Yeah, we probably got a bunch of unlocks there and in,
Actually,
Razatan.
just to make sure. Nope,
Okay,
it's safe.
For how long?
Not long enough.
But yeah, I think it's just about time for me to tear down the workshop, which we're not really using, and build a cafe above and a, an actual home below. With a nice
Your home
bed.
away from home?
Mm-hmm. The only problem is
Since
that
the home
they're
not away
like...
from home is now breaking up.
Yeah. Oh look, a bang. Cutting the cheese. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, look at all these bangs. We might not be able to do this tonight.
Probably not. Yikes! 5.
Well, one of them is for the 89 hunts.
Yep.
And probably the weekly.
Okay, so there's that one. There's cutting the cheese. The crystal from beyond. I wandered Shirleyan as a minstrel. Uh-oh. And where no Loperid has gone before.
I say we try and unlock a Hunt for Ages and I wandered Shirleyan as a minstrel.
Sure.
Because those should take pretty much no time, and we'll pick the others up on Wednesday.
Okay.
Also, we'll need to do some unlocks in Razat Han to get access to the tombstone vendors.
Oh dear.
I tried to earlier today just to see what things looked like, and there was nothing. They wouldn't talk to me, they just kind of snubbed me.
A hunt for the ages. Northoda is feeling the effects of the Forum's proclamation. Just now?
Good to see you two. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the scholarly world has been in an uproar since the Forum announced their plans for the mass exodus. To think we may have, well, stepped foot on the very moon. Well,
Yeah,
expected...
kinda cancelled. Sorry.
We expected
Sorry,
that
sorry.
once word got out, we might receive more requests for lunar samples than was previously considered acceptable. What we did not expect was a venerable deluge of absolute absurdity unleashed upon us. We've designated the most mind-boggling request as senior bills. At this point, any assistance you can provide would be more than welcome. Jaslaki is in the midst of organizing the latest offerings. Why don't you speak with her and get a better idea what to expect? Yo, said you had some senior bills for us?
Senior bills for the senior PGA tour?
This senior moment brought to you by the Senior PGA Tour. I heard your conversation. These ears aren't just for show. As what plagues me at the moment... Here we are. Basileri, both emblematic of our woes with the senior bills and direct source of many. Basileri is a highly esteemed scholar of mythological studies. He has a pet theory that the creatures described in myths can be traced back to those who once existed in ancient times. Simply put, he requested samples from ancient organisms which I need not remind you no longer exist. The audacity! Are we meant to travel? So? The audacity! Are we meant to travel through time for him?
Yeah, well. Sure. Why not?
And there you have it. Take a look at the Guildship Hunt Board, and if there's anything, and I do mean anything at all, that you think you can handle, please do so. You're our only hope.
Funny, I don't feel like Obi-Wan. Oh, and we've got the level 90 ones too.
Yeah. Let's see, okay, I still have some old baby ones.
Okay, Northoda, we're ready for the next round. Perfect specimens. Northoda is thoroughly impressed with your ability to rise to any occasion. Not that we've actually managed it yet.
To think that you two have traveled to the very edge of creation, there to confront Falak knows what, and yet you still seek strangeness of our hunt bills. You truly are two of a kind. Some would call you brave, some would call you reckless. My guess is that you simply do what needs to be done.
I simply do what the quest marker tells me.
In any case, we certainly have a few hunts that call for cavalier heroics, and you're welcome to them. Frankly, I can't believe I didn't think to offer them to you sooner. You'll recognize them. You'll recognize them as elite marks, I'm sure. As ever, ours tends towards the bizarre, but don't take my word for it. Ask Jalakshi. And I'm butchering her name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Ooh, semi-even.
This has become quite a pattern, eh? One would think that Northoa preferred to leave all the explaining to me. A conversation for another time, perhaps. You want to know more about the elite marks, yes?
You are the gleaner extraordinaire who made their way to the very summit of the heavens, are you not?
My word, this is the most tiresome. That is to say, look at how many of our esteemed clients have gathered here all at once. Yes. And what of it? Considering the importance of my work and the snail's pace at which you are fulfilling my request, it should come as no surprise that I have come to personally insist that they are handled with the utmost urgency. Now, in order to completely validate my theories and protect them from any further impugnations, I have need of your talents. I require more samples to prove that the moon, and indeed the stars beyond, are teeming with life.
You're a few thousand years late for that one. Basilderry, okay. His chair.
No, not his
Wait just a moment. My research in comparative mythology is on the verge of changing our understanding of life as we know it. Comparative mythology? Nope, not gonna ask. Indeed, samples of ancient organisms have never been of greater necessity. What nonsense! Surely the requests made by various departments of the studium come first. Our pupils are the lifeblood and future of Sherlin, and we must needs provide them with hands-on instruction in the classification of specimens from both Thavner and Garlemald.
Pardon me, but we researchers are also in great need of your services. We have a mountain of requests relating to Labyrinthos fiercer specimens in the queue.
That's about the right expression.
Labyrinthos? Surely you jest. We have a talented individual here capable of exploring enviros unlike any other known to man, and you would have him go to Labyrinthos. I will not stand for it. Not when myriad discoveries await in the field of xenobiology.
There is something to be said for this.
Enough! Can't you lot see the bind you're putting Thayrin and Rylea in? They will decide for themselves what to prioritize. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shalakshi.
Rest assured that each and every one of your requests has been accounted for. Now, off you go! Shoo! Shoo!
I do apologize for my colleagues' behavior. Should you be interested in learning more about our requests, pray find us in the Aetheryte Plaza. Oh god. I was just thinking it, and I think I might be right after that comment. Those four together may be the next special delivery.
Heavens. They sure mean well after a fashion, but I would consider it a personal favor if they learned to be a bit less demanding. Or perhaps more than a bit. Any road, they will doubtlessly find themselves to behave if... Any road, they will doubtless find it in themselves to behave if they mean they'll get their precious samples. If you're keen to learn more about our elite marks, don't hesitate to make use of them. No. Who they are is they're the four people in charge of the regions that give you lore on the A and S ranks. For our part, we're counting on you, so best of luck out there, you two. Yeah, when we'll get around to it. I seriously need some downtime.
Elite Guild ship hunts now accessible. Speaking of... Warmonger, Garlemald.
Emperor's Rose, Garlemald. Ew!
At least it's the same zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, weren't you just in... How did you get here that fast? You were just in Mordona.
Well, I'm impressed. You're wearing the same suit you wore when, you did the, Fan Fest. Aren't you hot in that thing?
Here?
True, we are in Charland.
Who should stand before me but the savior of the very star, the inimitable ender of the end? Your deeds are sung of far and wide, my friend, by you. As I understand it, your quest for the world's salvation brought you to Charlian. I, too, am here on a quest of sorts. A quest for musical inspiration.
Aren't
As
you
ever.
always?
Alas, magnificent though this repository of knowledge may be, I find there's only so much inspiration I can derive from tomes. But where tomes alone fail to inspire, living words may yet spark the imagination. So I beg you, will you not regale me with the tale of your quest to deliver the star? If such an adventure isn't fit to be an epic, I would not know what is. I have to admit the truth of that one.
But you know he's gonna embellish it, and that's wherein lies the problem.
Yeah, and a headache.
A very big headache. And a lot of me going, ow, and my bones!
Drawing upon both your first-hand account and the knowledge I attain here, I believe I shall be able to weave the most marvelous of verses. Should you be willing, pray let me know. I shall continue my research here in the meantime.
You're gonna like these ones.
Greetings, my friend. If you have a tale to share, this minstrel is all ears.
Tell him about Zodiark. Well?
Oh, what manner of thrilling adventure might this be? Good gods, a battle on the moon with the Zodiark, eldest and mightiest of primals. I pride myself on my imagination, but your feats transcend aught my mind could possibly conceive. Yeah, I have trouble believing that. Against all odds, you struck down the puissant being, yet triumph quickly turned to tragedy, for Zodiark's fall proved to be the trigger for the final days. Yes, the words well up within me. Pray lend them an ear. Born of ancient men, a divinity was freed. Their hopes unrequited, they knew no reprieve. Born of mortal men, a champion did arise, ascending to the heavens, through a nation to defy. That the ancients should sacrifice half their number to save the star, the strength of their resolve makes me tremble in admiration. Even as it saddens me to think that one of their own would seek to lay it all to waste, so deep was his despair. Not having lived their lives, I feel decidedly unworthy to speak of their hearts. Better that the whole truth remain with you, and you alone. Let it suffice for me to honor a fragment of their hopes and dreams and song, that their lives and sacrifice may ever be remembered. Hear that, Emmett Selk? We're working on the Don't Forget Us.
Working on it better than you did. Sorry, was that a diss? I didn't mean it.
Yes, you did.
Okay, maybe a little.
Emmett Sulk needs a few disses. Greetings, my friend. If you have a tale to share, this minstrel is all ears.
Talk about Hydaelyn.
This promises to be a most rousing adventure. In order to prove your readiness to avert the final days, you undertook a trial imposed by no less a being than the will of the star, Hydaelyn herself. It staggers the mind to imagine such an encounter, to say naught of the thousands of years that Vina had resolved to wait. Yes, I dare say I have a song. You will listen to it now, of course.
Are you giving me a choice?
Though eons apart, two kindred souls met, apart they would walk, all life to protect. Yon's thence their paths would converge, as God is immortal, to silence the dirge. For time beyond counting, Hydaelyn waited for you in patience and faith. And when at last you were reunited, even as she desperately wished for you to surpass her, she knew she could not hold back, and did not. Hers was an unenviable burden, and a noble sacrifice. Tears well in my eyes to imagine the hardships she has had to endure. But it comforts me to know that her long journey was not in vain, that her hopes passed on to you. This tale is an epic among epics, and full honored am I to have been given the chance to weave a song for it. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
So I say we head over to the annex and get a good nap.
Okay. We could use one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Foxfire, yeah, I know what, generally what comparative mythology is. It's just Hunt Turrets dealing with comparative mythology. That's something else again.
This guy looks so much better now.
Yes.
Just checking for our, Oh, I'm not seeing them, so...
Hold on a moment. Why is there a locked box over there?
That's a quest we've yet to do, where we have to figure out a riddle.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
we
do
didn't
that
finish that
before,
one.
we head off.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, Ajika, good to see you. Is one of the nap rooms ready? Maybe a nice shower. I think I need to get the road off of me for a bit.
Clean sheets and warm blankets sounds good.
Thanks so much, Ajika. And with that, we're gonna call it an evening.
It's an evening.
Thanks so much for joining us. We will be back on Wednesday starting at 9:30 to actually get the optional dungeon unlocks done.
Ooh.
Which will be interesting. In any case, and once we get the optional dungeon unlocks done, then we head to Pandemonium. And that name
as long
should...
as we're back in time.
We shall see. In any case, you all have a great evening. Get a good night's sleep. We hope to see you again on Wednesday, starting at 9:30 Pacific.
Mm-hmm. Everyone have a good night.
Good night.
All right, everyone.